Stand by. Field of 9. Right to run. Oh, a bit of trouble. 1 or 2 dancing about a bit. Racing now, and Wonder Bar and Pizzoni both began well. Pizzoni drifting back, Mateer kicking up, and Racecourse Road handy but trapped out very wide indeed. Rolling forward there is Emerald Kingdom and Deep Melody. Parko next, Pizzoni second and third, last out 3 wide. Red Chase over on the inside. Usmanov last of all, about 6 lengths off the leader. Mateer's a length and a half in front from Wonder Bar. Third, the outside Deep Melody. Fourth and very wide is Emerald Kingdom. Red Chase, Parko, Racecourse Road, Pizzoni, and Usmanov at the 425. Mateer, the leader, got away from Wonder Bar. Over on the inside, Red Chase, Emerald Kingdom down the outside. Usmanov likewise, and Pizzoni has still got 6 lengths to make up. Mateer's about a length and a half in front. Closing in is Wonder Bar. Likewise, Emerald Kingdom, and now Pizzoni and Usmanov down the outside. Mateer, Wonder Bar, Emerald Kingdom, Pizzoni, Emerald Kingdom, Wonder Bar, Emerald Kingdom, Emerald Kingdom. I think Emerald Kingdom's won from Wonder Bar and Pizzoni. Close up there was Usmanov, Red Chase, Mateer, Parko, Racecourse Road, and about the last one home was Deep Melody.
Emerald Kingdom has got up on the outside, so he clearly doesn't have to lead in his races. Mateer really rolled along at a solid tempo, got them all off the bit shortly after turning into the straight. Wunderbar then looked the winner. Wider out Pizzoni looked a big winning chance, but it was Emerald Kingdom getting up in the very last stride there to beat Wunderbar, Pizzoni and Usmanov. 4 of them stretched across the track with about 100 metres to go. And we can see Emerald Kingdom, under hard riding by Robbie Fradd, has been able to pop his nose down right on the line and get up. So he just continues to improve, this horse. That's 9 starts. That's his 4th victory today. He's a 5-year-old by Brianna Barr's gift. And Bernie, the issue with this guy is he gets himself so warmed up when saddled up and coming out into the mounting yard. So obviously with a bit more maturity, when he eventually settles down, he might even be a bit better.
Yeah, well, that's right, Maxie. He gets himself into an absolute mess. All I can say is lucky Rob Heathcote wasn't talking to the punters and he was talking to me because when he told us about this horse coming into the yard, he basically said it had no chance. He was an absolute mess. And then he comes out and wins. Don't you love horses? They're the best at making liars of all of us. And I'm waiting for Rob to join us now, but he's not quite here yet. But you're right, he was just a muck lather. They'd hosed him. He went out early with the pony, as you said. But some horses, that's just their style. And clearly he's an incredibly nervous horse. Rob about to join us now. And, yeah, he's a free sweater. And he gets himself into a muck lather. And, Rob, all I can say is I'm glad you weren't talking to the punters. Instead, you were talking to me.
Oh, sometimes, Bernie, there's no rules, eh? You know, it took 6 of us to saddle him. He got a bit worked up, to say the least. We got him out early. The stewards let him go out there, but I think I've pretty much got to give most of that credit to Robbie Fradd. Okay, I know he was 4 deep, but Robbie kept him beautifully balanced around the corner. And if I've got to thank anyone else, it's also the track guys. I mean, nearly 3 inches of rain, and look at that track. It's just playing fantastic. So, no, good win.
It is a terrific track when it rains. It's just very thirsty outside of those times.
Yeah, exactly. And look, it's a day where there's a few race meetings called off around the country, and here we are running, 57, 58 seconds over the 1,000 metres. So I just spoke to Bobby at Shipton Lodge down in New South Wales. He bred this horse, and big cheerio, mate, to you and Anne-Marie.
Indeed, did a great job. What about his temperament? Is that going to improve, or is that just going to be him forever?
Well, I hope so, Bernie. I mean, look, I think he's going to be a better 1,200 metre horse, but, you know, I think it's just going to be race experience. I mean, he's an absolute, as my wife Vicky just said, she couldn't believe it. She said, wow, at home, I feed him carrots all the time, and he basically licks you like a pet, and he comes here and has a meltdown. So there's something between his ears not quite right, but he can run.
He certainly can. Well done, Rob.
Thanks, Ben.
All right, Rob Heathcote, putting the polish, although I think any polish that went on quickly came off when it took six people to saddle this horse. So 1 beats 10, 2 and 6. All right, Robbie Fradd taking the saddle off Emerald Kingdom here, who's been a nice winner. And, yeah, I'm keen to get Robbie's thoughts. He is a nice big horse, but his temperament puts him at a disadvantage, even though he's able to overcome that last start and again here today. So Is 4 deep the trip. You seem to be able to do that here in these 1,000-metre races. Robbie just kept him nice and balanced. And Robbie, he's a bit of a mess going out, this chap.
Geez, it's like me.
Like you on a Friday night.
Yes, when I got handed the papers. And the ex-missus said she's going to show me what she's going to take from me. Burst out into a sweat.
You had to sit 4 deep, but it's not a bad thing here from the 1,000, it would seem these days.
I think this track you can get away with it. Unfortunately, he's just lost that early toe. So where the barrier was going to put me in an awkward spot. But like I said to Rob, if you're out there, it's fine, as long as you save him. And then, you know, you just wait for the straight and then just let them roll along. And you'll get away with it. Yeah, he's a tough horse. And I think he's going to be a nice horse. He just needs to stop perspiring a little bit and he'll be fine.
Yeah, needs a nice psychiatrist, I think.
Definitely needs the couch. Little chat. It cost him $100 an hour, but he can pay for it now.
Well done.